G'day trendsetters, it's been about 3 weeks since I made the last video on compost. Hang on, let me get out of here. The first weekend it rained. The second weekend I had pretty bad arthritis in my ankle. And this weekend coming, I just wasn't in the mood. And I've got to tell you, the mosquitoes are thick as here after the rain. Normally I wouldn't leave it 3 weeks, I'd leave it 1, maybe 2 weeks before I do any work on it. But today I just want to show you the first 2 bins that I did 3 weeks ago, and later on in the week I've got to come to this bin. Obviously it's empty because I'm sitting in it. And in a couple of days I'll come back and we'll work on this bin. But first, just the 2 bins that I did 3 weeks ago, and we'll go over there and I'll show you where I'm up to, or where we're up to. Right, so these are the first 2 bins that I did 3 weeks ago. Now this one here, as you can tell, I have added a fair bit of household waste and also a couple of good buckets of weeds to that one. This one over here has not been touched at all, so that was almost full, and you can see that's probably broken down by at least half by now. Now I need to go over to this 3rd bin, because what I want to do is okay, let's go back here. I want the fresh stuff here on the bottom of this bin here, so I need to get that out of there. I'll just put it on top of there, and whatever I can't fit I'll have to put down on the ground. Then once I've got this one here into there, I'll bring what's there back into this one. You got me? It's a little bit confusing, I know. But the principle is that I want the newest stuff on the bottom. So I have to get what's broken down in there out, and I'm just putting it into this bin for now, so as I can bring that bin there into that bin there. Okay, let's go. Right, just to give you an idea of how none of this is scientific, I just work it out on the fly. I've already changed my mind, and I want to take a little bit out of this bin and put it in that bin, because there's that one's about 2/3 full, and then I can bring all of this bin into this bin before I put it back in. All right, so I need to work on that bin right now. I won't bore you with all the details, but it gives you some idea of how much compost breaks down. The other idea, like I said in the last 2 videos, this is always adding air. Oops, hang on, got ahead of myself. I've got to get this one out. We'll have to give this one a number, which is number 4. So I'm emptying number 3, a bit out of number 3 into number 4, so I can get number 2 into number 3. I've also spoken with my sister and one of her friends since the last video, and they seem to think I need to make a video about using 1 bin or even just 2 bins. Like my system here, I've got 7 bins, mainly so as I can make a small ton of compost, because I need a lot of compost. But if you're just the average household and you mainly just want to compost your household scraps and stuff, you might only need 1 or 2 bins. So the reason for that little ramble is that I'd like to ask you to let me know if you would be interested in a series of videos on how to use one of these Gedye bins if you only got just the one or maybe two. Let me know in the description below and I'll see what I can do. So I've got this one empty and I'll put it all in there. Now I've got to get the one you can't see. Alright, so I emptied all of bin 2 into bin 3. Now I want to bring everything that is in bin 1 into bin 2, and I'll bring back what I need from bin 3 to top this one up, and that will give me this number 2 bin, and number 4 bin will be full, number 3 will be about half full, and number 1 will be empty, letting me put a whole heap of stuff I've got stored up in here ready to go again. So for now I've got to get this into here, and I haven't found an easier way. All I've got is a digging fork, and just got to dig it out of one and dig it into the other. It's just a little bit dry, so I'm going to give it a squirt of water, but I've also got a little bit of cardboard left here as well. I reckon straight in. I'll come back when I'm finished. Okay, so bin number 1 is now in bin number 2. What I'll do is bring everything in, well, what I can in bin number 3 back into bin number 2, and that's it for today. Until later on in the week when I sort out bin number 4 and 5 into bin number 6. I think that's all I want to say today. So thanks for watching. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Alright, G'day trendsetters. It's been a couple of weeks. Okay, G'day trendsetters. It's been, oh, that peaked. G'day trendsetters. It's been a couple of weeks. Be more specific. G'day trendsetters, it's been about 3 weeks since the last video, since I made... G'day trendsetters, it's been about 3 weeks since I made the last video on compost. Hang on, let me get out of here. The first weekend it rained. The second weekend I had pretty bad arthritis in my ankle, and this weekend coming I just wasn't in the mood, and I've got to tell you, the mosquitoes are thick as here after the rain.